One beautiful morning, Sir Topham Hatt was talking to Edward at the station. Sir Topham Hatt had very exciting news. A new engine named Neil just arrived on the island of Sodor, said Sir Topham Hatt. So I want you to go to the docks to introduce yourself to Neil, Edward. Yes, sir, Edward said happily. I'll be proud to, sir. So Edward blew his whistle, so it was time to go to the docks. So Edward set off. Don't worry, sir, said Edward. I'll get there as soon as possible. Edward was excited. He couldn't wait to meet a new engine. Neil was waiting happily as Edward pulled in. Hello, said Edward happily. Hello, said a new engine. My name is Neil. I am new to Sir Topham Hatt's railway. I'm so glad you're here, Edward said proudly. Even Bill and Ben were impressed. They hadn't seen an engine look like that. Who's that, Ben? Asked Bill. You don't know who he is? Asked Ben. No, said Bill. Hello, Bill and Ben, said Neil. My name is Neil, so you must be pleased that I am here. Well, care for a race, Neil? Asked Edward. Certainly, Neil said proudly. So Edward set off to collect his coaches. Neil couldn't wait to have a race with Edward, so he went to get his freight cars. Soon, Edward and Neil collected their coaches. Edward was worrying. I have the number 2. You have the number 2, Edward said worriedly. Neil reversed and looked. I have the same number as Edward, said Neil. Why didn't I think of that? But Edward didn't care. This was a huge chance for a race. The two friends set off. Edward overtook Neil. You can't get past, Edward, said Neil. I'm the fastest. Neil was going even more faster. Catch me if you can, Edward, said Neil. I'm going as fast as I can, Edward puffed tiredly. Neil wanted to stop, but Edward puffed forward. Have I won the race, Neil? Asked Edward. No, said Neil. You haven't finished the race yet. We just need to have a little stop for a while. Come on, said his driver. No time to stick around and chat. So Neil knew he had to keep on moving. Edward knew he had to follow him. Later, Edward saw Neil talking to Henry and Percy. I'm glad you're new to the railway, Percy said. So you have been welcomed, Neil. Unexpected things do happen, Percy, said Neil. Once, I was nearly been scrapped. I have made my way safely here. Oh, said Henry. So that's what you're expecting, isn't it, Neil? Quite right, Henry, said Neil. We must go to the sheds, and we can have a chat. In a moment, Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Neil, you were supposed to help Edward, not race around. Not really my fault, sir, said Neil to himself. Edward's been kind to me, and I have the same number. What if you have no number, Neil? Said Sir Topham Hatt. How's that? Fine, said Neil, but not today. I like my number 2 better. Edward laughed. So, Neil is nice, said Edward. I never. And you know, Edward, said Percy, Neil and I are both green. It's good to be friends, isn't that right, Percy, said Neil. Only Percy had to agree.